Have you ever felt alone, even when surrounded by people? Have you ever wondered why loneliness seems to appear during the most important moments of your life? What if loneliness isn't a punishment? What if it's actually one of the most powerful spiritual teachers you'll ever meet? Loneliness is one of the most misunderstood human experiences. Most people see it as something negative, something to escape, something to avoid. But throughout history, spiritual teachers, philosophers, and wise thinkers have suggested something different. What if loneliness serves a purpose? What if those periods of isolation aren't happening to break you, but to transform you? Today, we're exploring the spiritual meaning of loneliness and why being alone may be one of the most important stages of personal growth. Part 1. Why loneliness feels so painful. Humans are naturally social beings. For thousands of years, survival depended on belonging to a group. Being isolated often meant danger. Because of this, our brains developed a deep need for connection. When loneliness appears, the brain reacts almost like physical pain. This is why loneliness can feel so intense. But spiritually, loneliness may be asking a deeper question. Who are you when nobody is watching? Who are you without approval, without validation, without constant distraction? Many people spend years defining themselves through relationships, careers, social media, and other people's opinions. Loneliness removes those distractions, and that can feel uncomfortable. Purisiu suatu. Loneliness often appears during transformation. Many people experience loneliness during major life changes. After heartbreak, loss, spiritual awakening, personal growth, major decisions. Why? Because growth often changes your energy. The person you used to be begins disappearing, but the person you're becoming hasn't fully emerged yet. You find yourself between two worlds, and during that transition, loneliness often appears. Spiritually, this period can be seen as a cocoon, a space where transformation takes place. Not punishment, preparation. 3. You begin to outgrow certain connections. One difficult truth about growth is that not everyone grows in the same direction. As people evolve, some relationships naturally change. Conversations that once felt exciting may feel empty. Drama becomes exhausting. Superficial connections lose their appeal. And suddenly you may feel disconnected from people you've known for years. This can be painful, but spiritually, it often means you're becoming more aligned with your authentic self. You're no longer willing to pretend. You're no longer willing to shrink yourself just to fit in. And while this process can feel lonely, it also creates space for more meaningful relationships to enter your life. 34. See, loneliness teaches self-connection. Most people spend their lives trying to connect with others, but very few learn how to connect with themselves. Loneliness creates an opportunity for self-discovery. It forces you to sit with your thoughts, your fears, your dreams, your emotions. And this is where many people begin discovering who they truly are. Without constant noise, something remarkable happens. You begin hearing your own inner voice. Your intuition becomes stronger. Your awareness deepens. And slowly, your relationship with yourself begins changing. For you, the difference between being alone and being lonely. Many people confuse solitude with loneliness, but they are not the same. Loneliness is feeling disconnected. Solitude is being comfortable in your own presence. Spiritually mature people often learn to enjoy solitude, not because they dislike others, but because they have developed peace within themselves. They understand that true connection starts internally, and when you become comfortable with yourself, you stop depending on others to fill emotional emptiness. Part 6. The gift hidden inside loneliness. Most spiritual growth begins during difficult periods. Not during comfort, not during success, but during moments when life forces us inward. Loneliness teaches patience, self-awareness, resilience, emotional strength, inner peace. It strips away illusions, reveals what truly matters, and it often prepares people for the next chapter of their lives. Many people look back years later and realize the loneliest period of their life was also the period that changed them the most. If you're feeling lonely right now, remember this. You may not be broken, you may not be lost, you may simply be in a season of transformation. Sometimes life creates distance between you and the world, so you can finally reconnect with yourself, because the deepest relationship you'll ever have is the relationship with your own soul. And perhaps loneliness isn't the absence of connection. Perhaps it's the beginning of the most important connection you'll ever make. Subscribe to Psychology and Human Behavior for more explorations into spirituality, consciousness, and the mysteries of the human experience.